Hello, everybody. We had an amazing time last night, and I just want to share that really quickly because we're going to kind of do a little bit of a continuation of what happened last night. So for those who weren't here yesterday, we infused the cells. So we did everything on the cellular level. And the day before that, we did everything on the elemental level, all of the elements, the fire, the air, the water, and all of that. And so last night, see, I normally don't go in on the 631 because I have so much going on, but I was told hop on, right? So even during my driving and running around like a chicken with my head cut off, I stayed in the circle. I stayed present. And the Council of Light came in, and they seldom come in, but they came in, and they had us do a crystalline, they have this kind of honeycomb energy. That's the honeycomb is made of crystals, and inside the honeycomb is this golden crystalline energy. And Jules just said it perfectly yesterday. It's almost like an ether, it's not liquid. It's what did you call it yesterday?
Like a gas.
It's like a gas. I think I could describe. I was channeling it, so I don't even know, but I think it was like a gaseous orb. Like it's malleable. It can be solid. It can be laser-like, and it can be mist-like. Like it is transformation and transmutation. Like it's.
Yes. And so that energy actually has a grid within a grid within a grid within a grid. It's like it just keeps building on itself. And so what we did was we put that into the energy of that infinity symbol that we created yesterday, that we've kind of been creating throughout. And the infinity symbol was amazing. It was just this fantastic energy. And so when we put that etherical energy into it, it just amplified it. And I've been getting sign after sign after sign this morning. I mean, not only did I get the one that said Gabriel, and it had the combs. I don't know if you saw that, the combs that had the sparkling light. Right after that, I got the golden cells. There was a picture of cells, and they were all golden.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm going to post it in our group. And then the other one was, I don't know if you've ever seen caves and they have a light coming through. So this was a picture of a cave with the light coming through, but it looks like a guy is blowing light down, which I just thought was just amazing. And I'm going to put that in. But I talked to Sandy earlier this morning, and I felt so strongly like the Council of Light would like to push that even more into the matrix. And then I had some other conversations this morning, and the matrix. Why did I call it the matrix? The grid. I meant the grid, but I said the matrix for some reason. But in my conversations this morning with people, I also feel like we should go continent by continent and then go into the oceans. Because although we are putting everything into the grid, and the grid is connected to all that is, continent by continent, there is all of these D words that we have been using: division, dissonance, disease. I mean, we've been using all of this, distraction. And so we can now, I think, use that etherical energy, that infinity symbol, with the crystalline liquid crystal, and the energy that we had put in from the river, and then the energy that has come from the Council of Light, to create a shift on each planet. What is going on with my words today?
I don't know. On Monday night, this came up that we needed to work continent by continent. So this is totally consistent with what has been going on all week.
Obviously, my higher self has other ideas, and she's going to add her stuff as well. Speaking of that, and I'm being guided to say this, our higher selves, although working in unison with us today, are omnipresent. So what they're going to be doing, and what I'm just hearing right now, this is why we talked about the matrix and the planets, is they're going to be working in the backgrounds, doing this everywhere. So we're going to focus on our planet and our continents, and they're going to focus on the bigger picture. So they're going to take a little bit of the load off of us.
Thank you.
Yes. So we've got a lot going on. Valerie, I just want to make sure this is Valerie that I spoke to this morning, correct?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. So I hope you don't mind. I actually invited Valerie to come in. She has a very high frequency energy, a very powerful energy. And I feel like with this continental work that she can really help drive the push. And so I'm really excited to have her on as well today. So thank you, Valerie, for showing up and coming on. I see iPhone. Who's this iPhone?
Ariana.
Oh, it's Ariana. Okay. I just want to make sure I want to make sure I know all the energies. Anybody know where Callum's at?
Text him.
Yes, because while we're waiting for Callum, just for a second, I do want to talk. I want us to share what we've been experiencing, but I want to talk about the pillars because this was really important. Something came up about the pillars, and we have certain energies here. Hello. We have certain energies here that are the pillars, and they kind of hold the structure together. And so when we're talking about the pillars, just know that it's like the structure's being held up so all the other people can come in and shift the energy. I may refer to some of the pillars that are happening, but I do feel, and this is not to point anybody out, but I do feel that we have some major pillars here and some people who are really truly holding it up. And I do believe Callum is one of them. And that's why I would like to have him on this call. Hopefully he can make it. And Ashika, you have been creating the pillars for us all along. I mean, with all of these, here's the next access point. Here's the next access point. So I definitely feel you're a pillar, and it doesn't take away from anyone else. It's the pillars. And then of course we have our three that we've created this energy. And everyone else is such an amazing energy to add to those pillars, right? To add to that. And I just am so grateful for each and every one of you here. So I'm not leaving anybody out because everyone has their own way, own method of pillars. So I'm not saying that anyone is greater than or less than anyone else. You'd like to share something?
Yes. So what you just said about the layers yesterday, I think I got maybe 3 hours of sleep. I was up from 6 a to 3 a, almost 4 this morning. And so much information was coming through, and I was given, I'm gonna put it together and put it in our group, but I was giving step-by-step layers of what we've been creating and doing. And it was dark, and I'm just like, okay, type in and just, so I'm gonna put that together in my now state. So it makes sense. And I'm being led to do a demonstration of sort, because I don't have it, but this is what's coming through, that once I do that piece, there's a visual demonstration of sort that will come through that'll make all of that build upon, and we're supposed to put it into the group for now and forevermore, something like that.
I love it. I love that you typed that, or that you were working on typing that out, because we need that, right? We need to be reminded, especially in our group. And I always look to Ashika to kind of get us back to our access point, because she's been that pillar. She's been that constant that has kept us in that access point. So I am so glad. And Callum's on his way. So awesome. Yes, Anna.
Now that you're mentioning pillars, I was guided to contribute with my spiritual path with the Temple of the Presence, and we work with the Ascended Masters, and I especially work with archangels and the rays of God consciousness. So there's something that we call the Shekinah Pillar, and it's a lot to it, but Great Central Sundown, or maybe beyond, and the rays of God consciousness. Actually, you can kind of take a peek.
Oh, I love it.
Powerful. visual. So
I
So you
love for you
guys,
to take a picture
does
of
that
that.
look like what we've been talking about
Oh,
the,
completely.
the cylinder through this?
yeah,
You
so
take a picture of that and post it on our group. That would be beautiful.
sure, I'd love to. Yep. And I'll invoke that Shekinah pillar too.
Beautiful.
I'm going to post the link for while you talk about that. I'm going to post the link for our group so that everyone has it.
My mom's in the hospital. I'm just gonna.
Okay. So does anybody else have anything else to share? What's been going on? And then we're going to actually get to work.
I have one request. So everybody has their own modality and we all get inspired by spirit to jump in and share and do whatever. But so when we ground and then we call everything in and we really get into that sweet spot, what I'd like to do is give an analogy. Imagine when you're in that sweet spot, you are in the height of lovemaking with your partner, right? And if something comes in that can add to that experience or raise the vibration up and get higher, and build that crescendo, that's awesome. But if you want to share something like, hey, did you pay the water bill today? Like that's gonna like crash the mood. It's gonna pull us a little bit out. So as we've been doing this, we've been getting lots of input and some of it like takes us higher, but then some of it inadvertently, and we've all kind of done it, it inadvertently lowers the vibration and kind of does this, right? And so I know I'm hearing in my head, get it back, because we're operating at such a high threshold. So just as a thought of discernment. So when we get into that space and we are up high, we're talking to the council of light, they're dropping light codes, they're doing all that stuff. We want to do everything we can to stay up there. So if you have something that is happening and it raises it up, bring it on, right? But if it's something like a memory, there's Callum. If it's a memory, a story, or something like that, just think of it like you're in the middle of lovemaking. That's better during snuggle time. You know what I'm saying? So we can save that until afterwards, after the energy's been completed, the task has been completed, and we're on the way down. That would be a lot easier to digest, right? During snuggle time, during our little debrief time. And then we can go around the room and everybody can share the experience. But I know a couple of times I've been way up high, and I love the card pools and all that, but it's like I fall out and then I gotta build back up. So I don't know how that lands for you guys, but I'm just asking as a request for how my personal modality works. I got to get up there and I got to stay up there. And when I fall out, I literally get yelled at, get up. So I don't know. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So, if you're getting a very specific message on how we need to tweak the energy, I love, for me, I'm not a strong seer. So if you see something that can help articulate for the group, that's awesome. And what it does is it serves to activate other people on the call, and it helps build like this crescendo of an experience, right? But if we have, like we've all had personal healing breakthroughs and stuff like that, but if you can just like make a note and then at the end, we can go around the room and share, that's just a personal request for me. That would be really helpful for me, because once we get up into that space, we got to stay there. And many of us are getting additional guidance that we may not verbalize, but we got to stay up there and complete what we're being asked to do. And that looks different for everybody. But when we kind of go off or, start just having the conversations, it makes it hard to get back up there. So that's just my request for today, because I know we have something very, very big today, and I want to get up there and then stay up there. And then when we are complete, we'll bring it back down. And then we can share. Is that cool with everybody?
Perfect. Yeah.
Just think of it. Would you say that during lovemaking? If it's a yes, awesome. If it's a snuggle time, we'll save it for later. Yes, ma'am.
So I just wanted to say really quickly that it is, if you can go with that lovemaking analogy, it's almost like group lovemaking, right? Like we're passing the liquid crystal, we're passing energy. We are, when it's happening for one of us, it's happening for all of us, it's happening for the all, right? So so there is that. And then I'm a big advocate for sacred pleasure and pleasure as source. So that is our, like when we're at our highest, right? And we were joking around about it this morning that it's like, there's a reason we call God at the moment of climax, right?
Yeah.
So there is that high energy, a high vibration. So I love that you use that analogy, and that totally speaks to
I
me.
just gotta stay up there.
Yeah.
I just
So
want to
Callum,
add
you-
2 things as well, if you don't mind. Sandy said it perfectly, and I love her analogy because we want to keep it lighthearted. This is a collective. But the other thing that I would add is once we've created this high vibration energy, let's not bring it back to the sludge. So
Yeah.
if we have something heavy that we want to talk about, let's do it outside of the collective because we want to maintain that high vibration energy. The other thing that I would request is for those who do light language, and I love the light language, if you want to do it, especially during the time that we're doing what we're doing, just go ahead and put yourself on mute and do it. We'll feel the vibrations, we'll feel the energy, but then it will not interfere with the work that's happening at the moment. Not that it interferes. I didn't mean it.
What is that you're talking about?
So yesterday we experienced light language. And so Jules could talk a little bit more about that, but it was in the middle of a meditation. So it was right in the middle of us creating something, and it stopped the whole process.
Oh, I guess I don't know what that is. So someone can fill me in later because I don't know what
I
love.
could just say in one sentence. So I do light language, but it's just with my hands.
Oh, is that
Sometimes
what
light
this
language is verbal, and sometimes it's yeah. So
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. Okay, thank you.
It's coming through out your mouth
Okay,
as words or as sound, really.
gotcha.
As sound.
Okay, I didn't know what that stuff was called. So
Yes, and the last thing I want to say before we're just going to get to work now. The last thing I want to say is that we know of a lot of people who are very sick right now, including Anna's mom. So when we're doing this, our intention is, let's see, why don't we not see if, but let's eradicate this disease. Let's eradicate this illness. Let's eradicate the illness inside of people and make them whole again, heal them, send the energy to them so that we can create healing. I would love it if it just disappeared altogether. Okay, Ashika, would you mind bringing us to our access point, please?
Okay, before we go there, I want to talk to you about healing. So just offer this into this space. I just went through this deep thing about being healed and healing. And when you said that, it's about bringing them to the healed state, like not just offering them healing. We need to land in healed, like being healed. It's time to release the energies of constantly healing and establish the fact of being healed. Like we must land on healed. That's what a power is. The most power is.
Yeah, you know what? 1000%. Yes.
yeah,
I'm also hearing the ease part of dis-ease is like bringing the ease. There's no need to suffer. There's no need to struggle. There's grace and ease, grace and ease. That's the access, grace and ease.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do this.
Remember, would you say it during lovemaking? If not, it's snuggle time. All right, let's do
Ashika, can you guide us, please?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay. Let's focus on our heart energy. Remembering that as we begin to tap on our heart center's energy, we're activating our first layer, if you will, because that requires more energy. And then we begin to envision our infinity through all sides up and around us. Now we're going to open our back door of our heart, connect with the cylinder of our heart chakras, and send the energy around. And now we're going to bring, now we have to open up and bring the energy out and around back to our heart center. And now we're going to go into our heart chambers and infuse them with I am love, I am peace, I am safe, I am whole. And whatever you're led to encode your heart with today. Then we're going to anchor the elements, earth, water, air, and fire. And the metals, bring those in. And then we're going to remember the golden river. We're going to bring that in. And I'd like to now invite you all to invite your team, your guides, to infuse them and invite them to anchor us further in today's session. I am complete.
I have one sentence to add to that, is the liquid crystal, which is always present with us. I am liquid crystal. I am the liberating, cleansing, and healing power of crystalline light. I am a fountain of pure, radiant liquid crystal. This crystalline power ignites my heart chakra system and flows through all my energy and spiritual bodies. This liquid crystal is a force of transformation in this ascending world.
So we do have the Council of Light here, and I have been guided to just give you the experience of the crystals, and then we'll go from there. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So imagine yourself walking down a hallway, and this hallway is a nice, peaceful, light color. Imagine white with a little bit of tingles in it. And as you're walking down the hallway, you notice these very large crystals, clear in color, hanging from the wall. Let's go ahead and touch those crystals and just feel the energy of what's coming from them.
Mm.
And you're encouraged to continue to walk, and you can continue to keep your hand on the crystals. And you notice that these crystals form a honeycomb, and there's many, 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 many honeycombs, crystals hanging from the ceiling. But when you look up in the ceiling goes on infinitely, and these crystals are just infinitely growing and infinitely stretching. When you touch the crystals, you begin to see inside of what is in this honeycomb. And you begin to see this golden, etherical, gas-like, crystalline energy. And it's swirling around. And you'll notice that an opening opens right in front of you. And you're being offered to step into the honeycomb. And you can choose to come in, or you can choose to just enjoy the crystals. But for those that choose to come in, as you walk into the crystal, you'll notice that this energy begins to surround you. And as we breathe in that energy, we allow for that crystalline, etherical energy to permeate each and every one of our cells.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and sit in this for a few minutes, just to allow for this permeation to be complete. as this energy is swirling around us, it is very conscious of our intentions for ourselves. So communicate telepathically to this energy. What are your intentions for yourself, so that it may support you and it may help to clear and resolve anything that needs to be cleared and resolved, and add and empower that which needs to be empowered. Remember to breathe in that crystalline energy. And if you need to move with it, to flow with it so that it accesses every cell in your body, feel free to move and flow with the movement of the crystalline energy. While in this energy, we are being imparted with the gift of sharing this crystalline energy with everybody and everything. We can share it while in the collective, and we can also share it individually as well.
Shannon, may I enhance what you just said?
Please.
Sentence. So this crystalline energy that we are now inside of is inside us. We can take it with us, and we can access it by any way that any of these layers. We can access it by tapping the heart. We can access it by the infinity symbol. We can access it by breath. We can access it by opening up our back. We can access it by the cylinder around us, 360 degrees. We can also access it. We can infuse any crystals, touchstones, pendants, anything that we have, that all we need to do is touch that and we have access to it, and we can share it that way.
We access it with intention.
Yes. Yeah.
So the Council of Light invites you to exit the honeycomb, as we are going to be transported to our spaces, to our energies, so that we can now begin to share this crystalline. And they will walk with us in sharing this as well. So in your space right now, where you are right now, be present in your particular space, in your homes, wherever you are, and infuse that space with this crystalline energy, with the love, support, empowerment, with the I am. And for those that live with you, we also, with intention, offer this to them as well. We infuse them and their cells with this energy. And then we do our cities. We infuse the entire city and every single person in it with this crystalline energy, with the liquid crystal, with the infinity symbol, with the love and support, with the I am, and with the energy of healed.
Mm.
We're going to let that energy spread to the state, whatever state you live in, whatever state you have family in.
Mm.
We're infusing the states. I just heard from sea to shining sea. Let's encompass the entire United States. Let's infuse the United States, the entirety of it, with this crystalline energy, with the infinity, with the crystalline liquid, with the golden river, with the safety, the security, the love, the empowerment, and the I am, and the energy of healed. We grow this to the entire continent of North and South America.
Special love for South America at the moment.
We infuse North and South America with empowerment, love, safety, security, while using all of the tools that we have: crystalline energy, the liquid crystal, the infinity, the golden river, and the divine energy. The I am and the healed. Now move on to the next continent. Let's move on to the largest body of land we can think of in the US, which houses, if I'm correct, 3 continents, correct? Can somebody name them for me, please? Because I'm in a meta stage at this moment.
Africa,
Asia.
Africa,
Antarctica,
Asia,
Asia,
Europe,
Europe,
and
we're sending, what was that? I'm sorry?
Russia?
Russia. I think, yes,
Australia.
Australia,
Special love for Australia right now.
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Better do Antarctica separate.
Okay, we will. Thank you, Valerie. So let's go ahead and handle the largest mass of land. Let's infuse it with this crystalline energy. Infuse it with the golden river, the infinity energy, the liquid crystal, the divine energy, the energy of healed, empowerment, love, safety, security, unity.
I'm strongly getting the elementals right now. So it is in the earth, it's in the air, it's in fire, it's in the waters. Surrounded.
Yes. And in every single cell on this entire planet.
The resonant message from is it's seeded and self-replicating. So we're seeding rivers as if.
I love that. It will grow and amplify on its own as we plant these seeds. And it will grow bigger and brighter every single day with every single moment that passes. The frequency will raise every day with every single moment that passes. And is impervious to all malevolent intentions. Let's make sure that we get all of the islands as well. Now let's reach Antarctica. There is, I'm being told, a pole there, and not the pole that we know of, but there is an energy center there. And I think this is why Valerie may have said do this one last. There is an emitter there, a center of energy. If once we infuse that, it goes everywhere.
Yes.
All at once. And we're going to maintain it to continue to go everywhere, all at once. Impervious to all malevolent intentions.
I'm getting a visual of a golden liquid pouring over the earth and then spinning like a globe and going all over the galaxy.
Yes. So this emitter is infused with the crystalline energy, with the crystalline liquid, with the golden river. with the divine energy, with the healed energy, with empowerment, with love, with unity, safety, security, and imperviousness to all malevolent intentions.
Activating the toroidal field that goes through each of us. And just as it goes through and out and inward through each of us, it goes through and out and inward through the whole world. Antarctica being a node, of course.
Every person we come in contact with, every element we come in contact with, every tree, every rock,
Yes, yes.
everything that we come in contact with, we now share this energy.
So it is. Yes, yes, yes.
And any energies that come into our energetic field are automatically infused with the crystalline energy, with the liquid crystal, with the divine river, the divine golden river, the divine light, the divine energy, the energy of healed, the empowerment, the love, the unity, the support, the safety and the security, and the imperviousness to all malevolent intentions.
Ooh.
And so we have an opportunity here to exponentially multiply. So let's flow into that, everyone. Exponentially multiply.
We are sharing this field with all light workers, all higher selves of anyone who is doing this work. And that expands on to anybody that's in their community, anybody that's in their city, anybody that's in their country, anybody that's on this planet, anybody that is connected multidimensionally, any time, space, distance, and reality. We blow this into that field. We exponentially share that.
And we give them the ability to be able to affect and to give this, to share this energy with everyone they come in contact with, including all of the elements as well.
All guardians of the Agartha network are in place, holding the inner earth grid. If we can thread their energy up to the surface as we encompass all of the surface area. Our task is the surface area, but it's all connected. Pulling it up through Gaia, through all the terrain levels, across all grid points.
I'm seeing the flower of life like this grid over the surface of the earth, and it's all lighting up like networks of light.
I'm hearing.
All levels are fully activated. The Galactic Federation with the Palladian mirror screens, they're reverberating it back and forth, augmenting, exponentially amplifying.
Thank you for the confirmation, Sandy. I got that too. Also, holy cow, that was intense.
Let's join in with our higher selves to become completely unified in this task.
Our higher selves, plural.
So yeah, higher selves. That's what I said.
Yes, yeah, I'm affirming that.
Oh,
Higher
yes,
selves,
yes. Higher selves, all selves.
All aspects of our being and all dimensional realities. All operating as one.
Tapping into the breathing that Sandy taught us, connecting in with the earth, connecting in with all divinity that we are connected to, pulling in and anchoring through the solar plexus and out and through the heart. Oh, I don't feel once again.
I'm being called to invite my sister Anna as this picture that she showed us in the beginning of that connection, as above, so below. If you may speak to that in this moment.
Yes, I've been seeing, as you were doing the meditation, these Shekinah pillars over all that are, each of us that are invoking it. So it was an invitation always to invoke it if you choose. And I have my brothers and sisters across the earth that invoke this pillar every day. So I was seeing, as you were starting with our country, just these Shekinah pillars over each of those individuals and then all across the earth. And then I saw the Shekinah pillar and invoked it over our country and expanded it over the world. And as I was seeing this, I was also seeing those pillars of light from all of the light workers and all priests and priestesses of the sacred fire and all those that are calling to their divine presence. And I'm also going higher, like you were describing, to each of our presences connects to the divine one, that oneness and that I am, but also that oneness. It's so beautiful. And in that Shekinah pillar, part of it is all the angels of all the rays, and they've been here, and Archangel Michael and his legions of angels have surrounded each of us, and it just keeps expanding out to all that we're calling forth for individuals in the world and beyond. And just all of the legions of angels of each of the archangels been called in for their specific ray and those divine qualities that they hold and embody. So each of us may call in each of those archangels and the color ray to assist us in different aspects, but they're all called in now so that each call of anyone's heart can access, even if they don't have the words and they don't know the name of the angels, as we magnify this beautiful light and the expansive love. They all have access. We all have access to this panoply of the Christos, too, as we call it.
Yes.
We also add everything we consume, all of our food, all of our drinks, anything that we consume is automatically infused with this energy. Every single person in this world, every single animal in this world, every single being in this world that consumes anything is consuming and bringing into their body this amazing energy.
And it's a sacred consummation, right? That same as that 1 and 1 is 3.
Yes.
And I also saw when you were talking about Antarctica and that node or that other energetic point gateway, it was like the word was coming Taurus. I don't know if that's right, but it was just this energetic, around the planet and coming up and through and not, yeah. So anyway.
We all go back to Antarctica now. There's
Yeah.
Pelagian. He appears as an angel to us all, but he is really Pelagian. He's doing better, but we need to heal him more. He needs us very badly right now. He's the main one that could heal the earth. We've got to help him. Please help him. We've got to go back now.
We're there.
We're there. He's getting warmer. Please. He's the one that can keep the lights on. Help him.
We're
Some more
in,
breath. He's getting much warmer. He's doing better. Thank you.
we're infusing him with that crystalline energy.
What is the name we're working on?
I can't hear his name. I just know.
Okay,
I see
don't worry.
I can feel him.
We got him. We got it.
You do, because I can feel him. He's getting warmer.
I'm getting like Hamion or something like that.
Say it again. Say it a little confirm, like harder.
Is it Hamion or something close to that?
Aniel?
Hamion.
Callum, name him and let's do it.
Just give it a name.
Kaliman. That sounds right. And he's doing much better. He's like the anchor to the light of the earth in Antarctica. He's the one that is trying to get us to that door. He's the angel that all of you see. He's the one that has guarded us for a long time. He's feeling better. He says that everything will be okay. He says that the earth is going to be okay. That we help to maintain that light and we infuse it, like you said, to everything. We breathe, we eat, we smell, we touch, we love, we forgive all. And everything will be okay.
I'm feeling him very strongly connecting in with the gate that we've opened in the back of our hearts. Just opening the wings, and it's like the south node, the root of being that keeps us grounded into the earth.
I can see the golden wings. I can see that energy tapping in, Callum.
Thank you.
Sort of shackle that needs to be removed. I'm getting shackles very clearly. Is there something to eradicate?
Well, let's dissolve them. They're gone. They're dissolved. Let's just this crystalline energy and all of the energy that we have infused and all the tools that we're using dissolve all of those shackles, all of that heaviness, all of the sludge. It just dissolves it completely.
I'm getting that this light is like, it's like laser, like it's like cutting through it and dissolving and separating like a hot knife through butter.
Like lava. Mhm.
Yeah.
And 3 times, once for ourselves, once for our friends and family, and once for all.
Yes.
I keep hearing the word hydrogen.
In the air, probably, yes. And the water, every part.
Right.
I hear that if you drink, there's light in hydrogen water.
And
I
that's
need to add something extremely important, and I'm being pushed to, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm being pushed to interrupt it a little bit. Let's awaken all of those earth angels who have incarnated. Let's awaken all of those high frequency beings that have incarnated here. All those incarnated souls who are high frequency, who are here to make a difference. We now call them. We now call them to awaken.
Calling in all earth angels for the protection and sanctity of human and earthly life.
We activate their paths.
Calling upon all of their higher selves to assist us at this time in partnership.
We're calling all of them to join the collective.
Woo! I've expanded my wings, and all of those that you have just called to do the same. Our wings are just all touching, and there's just more and more and more until now it's just this oneness.
We're awakening all those of the light now.
Yes.
Removing
Woo.
any and all perceived veils, any and all perceived limitations. We're removing all of those limitations, and we're declaring that we, as the collective, are limitless and impervious and filled with this liquid energy, this etherical energy. And we're filled with the energy of the divine.
I keep getting the spiral. Like that image of the other night of the whirling dervish. It's like that energy.
Thank you for that confirmation, Jules. So activating the North Node, which is not physical, but more like on the 5D or going into that, the spiritual node that.
Also calling upon the activation of all twin flame unions, whether they are consciously aware or not, to assume their posts along the bridge.
Sandy, can we change the word twin flame to divine union?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Union, whatever you want to call it.
I am also activating and turning on each and every pod of 13.
Yes, please.
The 13 is now active and connected.
Ooh.
What's going on? Because it is huge.
It's just a lot of energy, sister.
Hold on, it's about to get bigger.
All right, Valerie.
All right, bring it. We're ready.
If all of you would start breathing at the same time, the way you taught, one of you taught each other,
Yep.
Sandy. We're about to explode it all over the earth if you're ready.
Yes. Sandy, want to do it? Or do you want me to do it? Okay, Sandy's, it's all right. Callum, are you going to do it?
She's with us because of how intense the energy is.
Yeah, we're blowing it out. Sandy Callum, can you just drive the energy for us coming from the root all the way up?
Yes, so everyone connect to the earth star in the center of the earth. You're grounding into the earth. Connect, anchor that connection, drawing it up through the body, up and up through the body, passing through the solar plexus, heart, throat, out through the crown and connecting to all of your star connections, your star family, your many divine seeds that have come into your conduit, your human and soul conduit. Connecting and grabbing onto those and pulling that connection down and down through the crown, throat, heart, in through the heart, through the front, and anchoring into the solar plexus. The solar plexus is the seat of our humanity. And then out, back up through the heart and inwards all the way around in the toroidal field, again and again, down into the earth star, connecting to the divine. into the solar plexus, the seat of our humanity, and out through the heart, spreading it into earth. Now, 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 now.
I want to guide the breathing so that we breathe all together, just as Valerie said. So let's take a deep breath in and blow it out slowly. In and blow it out slowly.
May I pick up on that, Shannon?
Yes, please.
And hold. So out and holding at the bottom. And in.
We must do
Holding.
it 11 times, Callum. So could you have us do it 11 times, please?
Yes. So let's start at 1. Out, out, out. Holding. In. Hold. Hold, and you can count 4 for each of these. In. Slowing down. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. There we go. 1. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Hold. 1 more. In. Hold. And out. Let's continue. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly, Callum. I was hearing that. Gratitude. Gratitude.
Thank you for the healing. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the grace. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the connection. Thank you for the light. Oh, thank you for the light.
I'm getting that we should give ourselves permission to draw on this wonderful network that we are infusing and revitalize the self, and then in revitalizing ourselves, revitalize the collective, and on and on and on. And that is the infinity on the toroid.
Galatians, thank you all. They thank you for healing him. They thank you for coming awake and helping to heal the earth. They thank you each for giving yourselves permission to be the light that all of us were meant to be, to stop being dark, to stop not living, to start breathing, to start appreciating, to start loving. They welcome us for being awake again.
Embracing the self, yes, Victoria.
You should feel that each one is touching you at the most important chakra that you have. You should feel warmth. They're touching you because they're not yet ready to show, but they want you to know that they're there and that they love you.
Feel a very strong sense of completion. I don't know if anyone else is feeling it, but I do feel a very strong sense of completion.
Yes, and back.
I'm being reminded of the mantra, I am the collective.
I am the collective.
Within each of us. Knowing that we are the collective. We have formed this collective to imbue the collective. The connection.
All of us could say it together on the count of 3 so that we can affirm that. 1, 2, 3. I am the
I
collective.
am collective.
I am the collective.
I am tired.
Cancel that energy.
Cancel, delete.
Delete. I am the collective.
Taking a moment to reinfuse the individuals in this collective
Yes.
and receiving that energy. I receive.
I receive.
I receive.
I receive.
I receive.
Requesting Archangel Jophiel assist in replenishing our systems after that expenditure. Some people are balanced. Some of us need a little boost.
Yep.
I think we all need to give ourselves a hug too.
I like that.
Air hug.
Group hug.
Now's the snuggles.
Now's some time for snuggles. Thank you, everybody. Woo, I need a cigarette.
Before I got on here today, the one thing I kept hearing was action, action, action. So I guess that's what we did.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything that can be defined in action more than what we did. Because that was awesome.
Yeah,
So
and
proud of
I
everybody.
kept getting to like oxygen and hydrogen. They make light. I don't know. Before we even started this whole thing. So I don't know. So it was interesting.
I just want to say, Jennifer, each time you speak one of those visuals, it's like confirmation of what I guess I hear or I know, something like that. And you say it right as I'm getting it too.
Oh, wow.
Thank
That
you.
is awesome. I love that.
And actually, I sometimes get visuals, and the visual I was getting was the sprout of the first of our seed breaking ground. There we go, breaking ground.
Nice.
12-12, everybody.
Oh,
There you
nice.
go, and completion.
Yeah. That was big. Powerful.
Huge.
Yeah, I definitely had to mute. I was making those lovemaking sounds that we were talking about.
Because I'm recording, I can't mute on my computer. It's like, oh man.
Oh, how funny.
So that's why you got the yeses from me. That was the best. Yes.
And I appreciate everybody's support because that was huge. That was
Yeah.
huge.
Can
Yeah.
you remind me of what the angel's name was? Not the angel. The Pelagian. There's this
Army.
We
I can't even
we
remember the name. Can you,
no,
Kelly?
no, we can go back and watch the recording. It'll be up in about an hour, if that.
Wasn't it Orami or Oramo or something?
That might be closer.
Oh, it started with a C.
It did.
Calamy.
Calumet.
I think that was it. Calendar.
Yeah.
Okay. We
That's
healed him.
Interesting.
The only thing I
was
know
saying-
is he was severely hurt. And he does appear as an angel to most people, but he was severely hurt. And he's part of what needed to be healed because he kept pulling and wouldn't let me go until you guys healed him.
I actually want to
Yeah.
give big kudos to Valerie and Anna for being such a huge part, because we've had a lot of new people here, but for being such a huge part of this collective. That was wonderful.
Yes.
You did
Here,
amazing.
you guys were fabulous. Thank you.
All in divine timing.
No, I
Yes.
love you all. Just the coming
And-
together was magnificent. It was amazing. So I look forward to getting to know you all. Thank you.
And I firmly believe that they give us what we can handle based on who's on the call. So it's kind of like they do a little roll call and they're like, okay, these guys can do this. And you guys showed up and carried the mail, and it was beautiful. So beautiful. What a beautiful last day of our week-long surge, because that was huge. That was beautiful. So thank
Are
you,
we
thank you,
meeting
thank you.
again tomorrow or no?
So that's actually what I wanted to talk about.
Can I share one thing
Look,
first?
I'm gonna pause the recording a second while we talk about this. However, I would like to
I have
close
be
it
on
out.
for recording.
Say again.
I have something that needs on the recording.
Okay,
Me
great.
too.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
so
do
let's finish
too.
that part up first. Mhm.
Absolutely.
So Anna and Ashika
Ashika.
had something.
Do you want to go
Donna, do you
first?
want to go first? Since you had
Okay.
put your hand up first.
And at the end, as we were, I was, sitting in that oneness for so long. I mean, it just feels so expansive. Then in that connection, that oneness in the great central sun, I was just seeing the showers of the colored light. So the pink ray was just, emanating down and washed just the pink ray of unconditional love. There was so much of the golden yellow wisdom's ray. It was all the rays that came through and all the archangels associated. But I was seeing it just so much as this light from the great central sun and that oneness. And then it connects with all of our causal bodies of our each individual I am presence. But it's still just showering just the earth and just emanating everywhere, and and they want to be called, and the emerald ray and the violet flame and the ruby ray. Oh, and of course the sapphire blue ray of Archangel Michael and his legions. But in that oneness, there wasn't even the distinction of each of our presence or each of the names of the archangels, which we do know them by name and are grateful. But it was just the light. It was just the light, and it's still, it's so beautiful. So thank you all.
It was absolutely beautiful. And I don't even know if you guys noticed, but it was like this explosion of light. And I literally got kicked off the call and my computer shut down.
I just got kicked off the call too.
I was like,
But I
oh, where'd
didn't have it
everybody go?
plugged in. We were plugged in a different way. My computer wasn't plugged in. We used up all the juice in my computer.
It was just like
electronics.
So
Yeah.
part of how the liquid crystal works, Anna, is that it is all crystal, it is all color and no color. So it's everything, nothing. So that's part of why it's like it's all present and it's all one.
It is.
yeah. I just felt the presence of the entire, it was like the entire company of heaven. It's like it was so beautiful. So
You
beautiful.
said something important, Anna. There was no distinction. There was no distinction between the we. It was the I am. It was,
Exactly.
we had encompassed in that moment the I am.
Exactly.
So Ashika was wanting to share, and I want to give her space as well.
Yeah, she's been holding it.
So much to the point, I'm just asking them to tell me what needs to be said because it's a lot. A lot of times when we begin something, we actually start at the end, and that's exactly what we've done here. Before we started this, I had so first off, kudos to Shannon for hearing it and bringing it through, because I had just recently read The Clarion Call like a week before, and I have the book and I read it a couple times, but I reread it right before this, and I have been wanting to jump on these, tours and stuff, but Sandy knows I couldn't somehow been able to make it. Never able to that, I heard the instructions. Be present for this. The first call for 7 days. Be present for this. I didn't know why I was supposed to show up. My husband and I are in like 18 million classes, but he worked himself around the importance that I gave this so that I could show up every day at 11 and be present for this. So when we first started this call, I saw an explosion. I saw what's usually depicted as like a nuclear explosion where it lights up the sky and all of that. I saw that, but was told to not speak to that because the energy wasn't ready for it, but it's ready now. So in the space and what we just created, it was that lovely light, which is the real depiction. It's not an explosion of beautiful, lovely light. What we've been creating, literally feeling the physical energy, visual of created here. So invite you that visual to we can always tap back into this nowness of this moment. Nothing is as it was. Everything is different. Everything.
Yes.
Last night when I was up, all we did, I never to the wee hours of the morning writing.
Ashika, I'm so sorry to interrupt your flow, sister, but your sound is coming in and out. Can you get a little closer to your microphone?
I'm sorry, yes.
So we don't miss it. Thank you.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard clearly?
Last night you were.
Last night, I'm not doing this last 7 days. I have not been up in the wee hours of the morning, but it just kept pulling me. Type this out, get this out. I went through each day. That's why I was given the notice to come back and note what we've done each day so that there was clarity around it, because that's needed for what we're infusing here, because we're anchoring in what we've created. Like it's this and better. It's this and beyond. This is the new land. This is our new normal. Declare it as so because it is as such. So with that, I say to you, I went through each day and I had specific things, and it was like, just get it out. Don't try to fix it in and now get it out. But when I got to day 7, that was day 6. This is day 7. So when I got there, I wrote out day 7. And then I heard, take, what is it? Lift off. Lift off. And I wrote it. No, I heard, I wrote it. It's in my notes. I'll tell you, that's not the point part. The point part is I was given something before this even happened. And when I shared at the beginning of this call, notice I never told you all what day 7 was. I just said, this is what I was instructed to do. And it just the energy we created here just morphed everything in. I began to hear activation, activation, activation. So as we go through this, I'm going to give a demonstration as to ways in which to do this that I've been given to, and then you can make it your own. And it'll show up when it shows up, but know that it's coming. So I began to do the activation. And so when you all began to do the activation, it was like literally I was pulling in the activation energy, and then you all began to speak to it and amplify it. So so what I'm recreating in this now moment is that level of nowness that is ours to always access. And it's important that we know that. It's important that everyone that hears these words beyond our now is aware of this and is made aware of this. It's that impactful. And in me showing up, I just want to thank each and every one of you, whoever hears this call, for showing up in the way in which you are, in all that you are, because that's what's needed in now, just as you are. Because even in my being here with you all, this was a complete up-leveling activation for myself. And I want you to know that even with the numbers, I'm gonna tell you all about it, but it's a depiction in everything we did. Because if you look at the number 7 and you flip it around, that arrow, that lip that lifts up, that's us lifting off. So it's literally a physical representation and energetic of us lifting off. And now we have a visual to look at to recreate this energy. You see what I'm saying? So that's as best I got right now. That's what's most needed right now. As it continues to come through, I'll give it as it is, but that's what is needed for this moment. Thank you.
Oh my God, Ashika.
Oh, it is.
Oh my God. Like, there you go, Jules. There's the oh my God, right? Oh my God.
I tried to warn y'all.
Those are my magic fingers.
That was so magical.
So I have one last thing, and then we could talk about is that it'll be interesting to see. So I'm with everybody's permission, which is I want to send this particular video to Steve Noble. and I want to tell him, like, look, this is what we're doing. Can you further this with your, following of 130,000 people or whatever the heck that is? And I got the sense that he's going to be coming. He's picking up on this. He knows it's happening. He's always on the pulse, right? So I'm going to reach out to him and send him this and ask for his partnership. And I don't know it'll come out. It'll come out however I'm guided to invite. But yeah.
Well, can you imagine if he led a live call with his 130,000 subscribers? Like,
Oh, we
wouldn't that
do
be-
it, right?
I got one more thing, very important for the call. It's huge. It's huge. My apologies for the call, but it's necessary for the recording. What Sandy brought in at the beginning. So thank you so much, Sandy, for getting the message and bringing it through, because we've been navigating this, just knowing to show up, just know to show up, just know to show up.
Yep.
But piece dropped in at the precise moment necessary, because moving forward, we are to review the energies of what we did from that space, from that energy access point, because we had to learn how to be in this. So get the next call, we come in through the door from that baseline and manifest and make it to what that new now will be, because it will shift at that time. But the way she brought in how to bring the collective together, because it's going to bring us to that quick access point where everybody lands in to what is necessary, so we can maximize and really amplify the energies of what we're doing. Because a lot of this will shift to not really doing a thing. It will be being fully the thing while we're all together. And that could be sitting here for an hour in silence, but we're doing the dang thing while we're doing it. So that's just a little extra piece. But Sandy, thank you for bringing that through. Excellent.
My
We've
whole body,
raised,
like
really
all
quick,
the
we've
people-
raised the platform. Go ahead, Sandy. We've raised
I was
the
just
platform.
gonna say, when you said that, like the Galactic Federation came in, the Galactic Council came in, Archangel started moving my body. It's just like, woo! Yes. It's getting that unity going. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And just the fun part, because I love to add a little comedy in here. Ashika not only brought in the first, oh my God, she came back for seconds.
I told
She
them
hit
Divine
her
feminine.
second climax in there as well.
Why not?
More than one.
I say, oh my God, goddess, all that is.
Those are pillars, the oh my God pillars.
So can I pause the recording, and we're gonna now? Are
I feel
we
complete.
complete? Do we consider?
I feel
are we
complete. Does anybody feel complete?
Anybody not complete?
Yeah, I'll tell you something funny when you